welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video we've got very good news because one of the best fighters in boxing will be fighting again soon, and it was announced. Fortunately, he's not sitting around waiting on Terrence Crawford fight. Gotta like Geron Ennis, gotta like his attitude as he makes the announcement that he will be back in the ring. Let's talk about him coming back and who it may very well be in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video we're going to be in the 147-pound division, where the journey continues for what in my opinion is the best young fighter in all of boxing, the Philadelphia welterweight Geron Boots Ennis, the mandatory challenger to Terrence Crawford's IBF welterweight championship, and in my opinion, the heir apparent to that entire division. And he will do it even if Terrence Crawford fights him, especially if Terrence Crawford waits too long to do it. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you are a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. It means an absolute ton to the channel. Shout out to my guy, Matty Yole. Shout out to Barbara D. Shout out to my guy, Steph Brown. John Bowie, where you been? Ain't seen you in a minute, but if you watch the videos, believe it. We miss you and we hope you're doing well. And to everybody else out there going through things in their life, I wish you and the channel wishes you very, very well, and hope you get past any hurdle that you may have. But let's get into this because I am excited about it, and that is the return of Geron Ennis. Geron Ennis went out on Twitter and he said it's time again, letting people know that his next fight is going to be announced soon. So awesome news that he is not going to be sitting around waiting around for the other guys at the top of the division to fight him. There's speculation about who it could be. The two top people that it would be that I would like to see him fight, because we know Terrence Crawford is not going to fight him, and Errol Spence Jr. is not going to be fighting him, is Keith Thurman and Amanda Stanionis. Those are the fights that I want to see for him, because those fights right there are the ones that move the division along the furthest. There are, as of right now, there are things going on in the welterweight division that could very well stretch out how long it is before we see all these belts get in the hands of somebody that is going to be willing to defend them against people in the division. Yeah, that is a clear shot at what's about to happen at the 147-pound division. I'm a big fan of that division. I've always been a big fan of that division. I like the trend that started with Terrence Crawford beating Julius Ndongo to become an undisputed champion at 140 pounds. I like that. I like that trend. I like that trend until people started getting used to it and started acting funny ways with it, and not actually defending, not completing what it is, which is what the importance of an undisputed champion is. That is to defend the belts against all comers. To win the championship is a big moment for a fighter. But to have a reigning champion that continually fights people in that division and defends his titles, that is something that is good for boxing fans. In the case of the first undisputed champion of this four-belt era, that's what you got with Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins got his hands on that last WBO one, and he defended it. After he beat Floyd Mayweather Jr., he defended his title. I mean, not Floyd Mayweather, excuse me, Oscar De La Hoya. He defended his title. I can't tell you how many times he defended his title, but I know eventually he lost it to Jermaine Taylor, and then Jermaine Taylor went in there and defended against him again, and then maybe a belt got broke off or something, but then Jermaine Taylor fought Kelly Pavlik, and then Kelly Pavlik won the belts. But you can clearly see that there's a series of fights going on at the top of the division for all of those belts. I don't know if there, in the time that there has been these undisputed champions that have since taken that, there's been only 2 people that have defended it that I know of. Alexander Usyk defended it once. Maybe 3 guys defended it once. Devin Haney defended it once. Alexander Usyk defended it once. And I don't even know if Josh Taylor defended it once. What's the purpose of having an undisputed champion if you're not going to defend your undisputed championships? Even Jermell Charlo, who moved up to 168 pounds, got the undisputed title, and he didn't defend it before the WBO stripped him for fighting Canelo Alvarez at a higher weight class. So for as far as Geron Ennis, I'm certainly hoping that he can fight a Keith Thurman, that he can fight an Amanda Stanionis. You know full well that they've got these interim things coming up right behind them, where you have your Danis Ugas fighting Mario Barrios. I do believe that's a WBC title eliminator fight. You also just had a purse bid for the IBF title eliminator that would be taking place, which more than likely means that that guy would be fighting Geron Ennis, and I think that more than likely is going to be Cody Crowley. So, I mean, but then again, that is a purse bid that just took place yesterday. I'm not sure whether that purse bid is going to actually take place or not, because the purse bid there was only one bidder, and it was $63,000 that was bid on the fight. So really what they did is they just bid on the fight in order to see maybe if they could get Cody Crowley to do it, and then they'd be able to have a fight. But more than likely, that's not going to be the case. So that, as far as that applies to Geron Ennis, it looks like it's more than likely going to be. Well, I'd love if it was Keith Thurman. I would love if it was Amanda Stanionis, but the guy that looks like he's probably going to be, because he's not going to take that title eliminator, is probably going to be Cody Crowley, because Cody Crowley is a PBC fighter. He's in the top. Obviously, he's ranked high in all of these different divisions. I think it'll definitely be a very good fight. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that we get that. Not that fight. I would love the Keith Thurman fight, but Keith Thurman is the mandatory for the WBC title. So is he going to take that risk? Stanionis is the WBA champion, who would immediately graduate to WBA champion. And actually, I think that could be the fastest way for Geron Ennis to become a champion, is if he fought Stanionis and became the WBA champion by beating Stanionis. But the only question for Stanionis is whether or not there's been enough time or if he's fought recently enough for that fight to take place. But whatever the case is, man, I'm looking forward to it. I believe that the most likely opponent is going to be Cody Crowley, but at least, again, he's not waiting on Terrence Crawford. He's not being inactive. He's staying active. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.